Alright, hi! Samahan niyo ako na balikan yung 3 big lessons that God taught me this 2022. I am originally from the Philippines and I flew to the US this year, February, to be reunited with my husband. My husband is a SPED teacher here in Waukegan, Illinois. We moved here because we wanted to have a fresh start. We were newlyweds in 2020. God blessed us with pregnancy, and that pregnancy was a short while. I had a preterm birth last April 2021, and it was the most painful, devastating occasion that happened to our life. And even if we are followers of Christ, we know that we are not exempted to challenges in life. We did not expect that we would lose our baby. The opportunity for my husband to teach happened few months after we lost Kairos. We both wanted to have a fresh start. Coming here to the US was one of the biggest step of faith that we ever had. To leave your family, to leave our comfort zone, to leave the loved ones and friends we have back home. So let me share to you 3 big lessons that God taught me this 2022. 1, He is the God who sees me. He is our El Roi. We went to a church called Vertical Encounter, and there we found great friends, built good relationship with amazing people who are also following the Lord. One of the preaching, I think that was around March, taught about Genesis 16:13, which is the story of Hagar. The Lord saw my uncertainties. Yung feeling na hindi ako para sa US kasi wala akong trabaho for 4 months. Yung kinikita ko is not enough to sustain ko ano man yung gastusin dito sa US. And I felt like I was a burden to my husband, but my husband never complained. My husband was very supportive. During this time, nung narinig ko yung word that He is the God who sees me, it's not just comfort that I felt. I felt an assurance that the Creator of the universe know what He is doing, that He is really sovereign. And He's not just gonna turn a blind eye with my situation. He sees me. The Lord sees you. His eyes are on you. So that's number 1. The second big lesson that God taught me this year, that He is our provider. God is our Jireh. I know it is okay. I'm already loved. Funny because living here in the US, you know, is expensive. I just don't know, by the grace of God, we were able to survive life here, and the Lord continues to bless us. First, He blessed us with really good people who are obedient to the calling of God, people who are following the Lord, and because of them, through them, the Lord showed His mercies and miracles to our life. You guys read this in my social media. The Lord bless us with a car, something that is very essential here in the US, to have a transportation. The Lord sees us, He sees our needs, and we are preparing for it, honestly. We are saving for it, and akala namin yung way ng pagpo-provide ni Lord is yung way that we expect it to be. Like, we will buy it. But little did we know that God is moving the heart of somebody else to give it. That really still blows my mind. Sometimes we wait for miracles to happen, but our obedience is a miracle for others. So thank you, 1,000 thank you to the people that God used, Alicia and Salvador. And also, He is our provider. I waited so long for me to have a work here. I know that it's necessary for me to work locally and not just do remote work. And you know what? The wait is worth it. I waited for almost 6-7 months before everything is sorted for my work permit and for me to find a very great employer. So there's no perfect company, but I would say that the Lord brought me to a good place where I could have good relationship with people. And then the third big lesson that God taught me is that He is our comforter. Isaiah 41. This is the series that we have right now in church. Comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and proclaim to her that her hard service has been completed, that her sin has been paid for she has received the Lord's hand doubled for all her sins. I also wanted to mention 2 Corinthians for us. 2 Corinthians 1:3 says, Praise be to God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with comfort we ourselves receive from God. Wow. I still don't understand why bad things happen to us, but this verse is very comforting, allowing us to experience hardships in life so that our life, our testimonies, our experiences can also bring comfort to those people who are experiencing the same thing, or at least in the same journey as us. That God brings comfort in our pain and sorrow, in our challenges and in our troubles. You know, when you miss your family, your loved ones, the Lord will bring you comfort. That unexplainable peace. Recently, may dumating na bagyo ulit sa pamilya namin. My mother-in-law, and keep her in your prayers as she is still recovering. My mother-in-law got stroke, and it was around last week lang, or kaka 1 week lang nung nakauwi na siya. She is our prayer warrior. She brings hope to everybody. And now we are reminding her that the Lord is our strong tower. He is our foundation. He is our firm foundation. And He is the one who gives hope and comfort. So keep her in your prayers as she is recovering, and we know that God is still making miracles and doing miracles even if we don't see it, even if we're like, Lord, what is happening? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. So even if it doesn't make sense, even if the world feels like falling apart, when we put our hope in the Lord, He will not disappoint us. Even if you feel disappointed, the Lord will not disappoint you. He still sits on the throne, and He is a good Father. So yeah, those are the 3 big things God taught me this 2022. He is the God who sees, He is the God who provides, and He is the God who brings comfort. So God bless you, and let's welcome 2023 with a joyful heart, and Merry Christmas!